Hello and welcome to Raab Journal. I am Calvin Raab. And in this video, I'm going to do a complete overview and review of the Stash Investing app. And then at the very end, we're going to come back here and I'm going to talk all about really my true review of it, my opinion on it. I'm going to talk about, is it really worth it, the price, and lastly, and probably most importantly, I'm going to compare it to other popular investing apps, such as Acorns and Robinhood. Those are the other two big ones. So without further ado, let's head on over to the app and let's get this review on the road. Okay, so we made it on over to the app, and once logging in, you should land here. This is your home screen. As you can see right here, there's the Stash Retire, which is a new retirement account that they just opened, I believe, last week, and I will have a review coming up on that as well, so stay tuned. As far as the rest of the stuff on this homepage, I don't spend much time here. Everything here just redirects you somewhere else within the app, so I don't think you will be on this homepage too much either. But somewhere you will be spending a lot of time is your portfolio. Here is the portfolio, and essentially what this is it's a general overview of your account. So as you can see here, it's got all the important numbers for you. My portfolio value is $221.48. I believe I originally invested $210. And if you want to see how I invested that $210, you will have to check out my Stash series, which is a series I'm doing all about my Stash account where we look over the winners and the losers and invest in a few more ETFs. I will link that in the description below. But as far as other pieces of information on here, my total return thus far is $1.48. I've been using this for about probably 2 weeks now. It's funny, the first week I made probably $1.82, and it was insane. Just that first day there was a huge jump in the market, so it's kind of cool to see. So down below you'll see Stash Cash, and Stash Cash is where you will put money into Stash that isn't invested yet. So as you can see, I have $10 here waiting to be invested, and in this video we will invest a little bit. So that's one of the reasons that is there. Down below that you'll see a summary of everything you're invested in and how much money you have invested. So if we just go up here to Wireless Wonders, I have $5.24 invested in, and that grew 4.74%. I think I have it listed as the highest growing ETF first. As you can see, they grew 4.74%, which is pretty awesome for the past 2 weeks, so that's pretty cool. Alright, now we head over to the balance. This one isn't too fun to look at for me right now because it's not that interesting, because I've only been using this app for about 2 to 3 weeks now, but you can make a deposit here, and once you have the app for about a year, this will be a more informative page. Alright, up next is the potential. This one's always fun to see. So you will talk about the deposit that you have going in monthly. So let's say you're putting in, let's make it $100 a month. And then you choose how much you expect the economy to grow. I'm going to do 7%. So that's pretty neat. The green is the growth portion that the Stash Invest app gives you, and it's pretty neat to see. So it's always a little bit motivating there. Alright, now we head on over to the Invest section. And as you look through here, you'll see some of the big name ETFs out there, and they're quite popular at that. So we'll just kind of look at one. We'll look at blue chips. That's always a good one to look at. So as far as what happens when you click on the ETF is it first gives you a summary of your account. So my current investment value is $5.04 inside here. I obviously invested $5 and I've received 4 cents back. So that's pretty neat. You can add an auto stash into a certain ETF there, and then they have a list of just previous things you've done with this account. So that's just the front there. If you go to the overview, it talks a little bit more about the account. So the risk level here is conservative, and that should be pretty obvious. Blue chips are pretty safe to go with. And the cool thing is you can see what's inside the ETF. So what's the makeup of this blue chip ETF? As you can see, Apple is the big one, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Johnson & Johnson, and it just goes down. So these are easily some of the biggest companies out there. So that's pretty cool. And then here's the real ETF behind blue chips, or the real ticker symbol is MGC. So this is just the Vanguard Mega Cap ETF, and its real price is 84.89, and it gives you dividend yield, expense ratio there. So it's pretty neat, and you have easy access to more research there. And then they have the performance section here, where we see the graph right here, a few informative details about how much growth they've had recently. Personally, I don't like this graph. It does the trick. You get an overview. Well, it's been going up for a while, and you can change the settings a little bit. But I wish it was a little more intuitive, and you could play with it a little bit, set different parameters and stuff like that. But I get how it's just an overview thing, but it'd be nice if it was a little bit more like Robinhood, or even a little more detailed like a TD Ameritrade graph or something like that. But it gets the job done. If you want to look into a little bit more about its historical performances, as you can see, this is an amazing ETF, mainly because it is a blue chip ETF, but they've had some pretty great returns recently, nothing low at all. Then if you swipe on over to who owns it, as you can see, 11% of the stash community owns it. That's actually pretty high. It may seem low. I don't really trust that. I wouldn't use that as a factor if you're going to buy anything, because people open these stash accounts but never invest any money, so it kind of messes up that percentage. So I wouldn't really pay attention to that stat at all. Another thing you can do is add it to your bookmark, which is right here. We've added the investments to your bookmark, and then there's just another section for that. And as you can see, there's the bookmark symbol. But they got a few more inside here, a few more ETFs that you can invest in. And then you got my bookmarks right there. If you're wondering what this search button does, essentially what you can do here is you can type in a company and see if it's inside any of the ETFs. So let's do Amazon. If I type in Amazon, we will see the different ETFs that it's in. So it's invested in On Cloud9, Internet Titans, and Retail Therapy. Maybe even a couple more down there, but there's no surprise there. Okay, so now let's head on to the Learn category. This sort of makes Stash stand out a little bit from some of its competitors, but essentially what this is it's a few informative articles telling you a little bit about the ETFs inside here, and a few money tips and things like that. Here we have what's happening with tech earnings. They just got a little article talking about the different earnings of tech recently. So it's good things to know. Alright, moving on over to the account. This is pretty simple. There's nothing too complex here. Here, as you can see, there's me, and my risk profile is moderate. That's why I had those 36 ETFs. And down here is just a few settings, things that I can change. Tax documents are available to you. Once tax season comes around, I can show you guys sort of how that works and documents that they give me. I am interested in seeing how that works. Okay, the next place we're going to head over to is the activity. This is just another place to give you a summary of what you've been up to. So as you can see, I put $5 in a bunch of them. And notifications. These notifications are just here letting you know when an order goes through. So nothing too exciting there, but it's always good to get them when you deposit money or something to know that it was finalized. Alright, so that's a good review of everything, but I do want to show you guys the intricacies of it, so we are going to invest in something here. As I look through here, what would we like to invest in? We opened up blue chips. Let's do... Oh, I like that Robots Rising. I just read something about Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook opening up different AI systems, and it was pretty interesting, and it is the future, but it is a little scary, I'll admit that. So this is what happens. You can buy it. I'm going to go and put $5 in. As you can see, it tells me my stash cash that is available. I have $10 available. We're going to put $5 in. You just click next. I just want this to happen once. And then as far as a payment method, there's stash cash there. But if I didn't have any in stash cash, it can take it directly out of my bank account. So, but I have stash cash, so that's what we're going to be using. Confirm purchase. And it is purchasing Robots Rising. That could be the name of a movie. Alrighty. So that kind of wraps it up for this side of the review. Now let's head on over back to the studio and I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts and who I think this app is for. So I'll see you back there. Hey guys, welcome back. So I hope that video helped you understand what the Stash investing app really looks like and how it kind of works. So now I'd like to transition into really the big meaning of this video. Who is it for? Who do I recommend it for? And then also, more importantly probably, who do I not recommend it for? Who should go a different route? So let's start with, who do I recommend this app for? Who should download this app? I recommend it for new investors. If you're new to investing and you don't want to make a lot of sort of the rookie mistakes that someone may make choosing their own stocks, then this is a good bet for you. And the reason for that is these are all good ETFs. The ones chosen are all strong and you can't really go wrong with any of them. So you're bound to do pretty well. They're all probably going to go up over time. So if you're new to investing and you want to put your money somewhere, this is a great place to do it. And another person I recommend this for is if you want to start small and gradually grow your account. So you have a few $100 right now, you throw it in the Stash investing app, and then over time you say put in $30 a week, $50 a week, or maybe $5, $10 a month, and you want to grow it in that way, this is for you because you can invest in fractional shares. All you need is just $5 to invest in a different ETF. So it's great if you want to grow your account like that. So if you want to do that, this is a great app for you. And another person I recommend this for is if your investing style is someone who wants to be in really semi-control of your finances in your portfolio. You don't have complete control, but you don't have no control. What I mean by this is you don't have complete control in that you can't choose every individual stock that you would at a normal brokerage or somewhere like Robinhood or TD Ameritrade. But you don't have no control. And you have no control at places like a lot of retirement accounts or even Acorns where you just put your money in and they will invest it. Robo-investors will do that for you. So it's kind of in the middle, which is nice. I like that. All right, so now let's transition on to who I don't recommend this for. The first person I don't recommend this for is if you have $5,000, $10,000 and you want to put it all into the app, invest it, and never really touch it again. And the reason this app isn't for you is because of that monthly fee, that $1 a month. Because if you were to rather take that money and invest it at somewhere like TD Ameritrade or E-Trade and invest in the same ETFs, you would just be charged a one-time commission fee of $4, $5, $6, and you wouldn't be charged again. Of course, there are expense ratios and stuff, but you'll have that with Stash as well. But as far as fees, there's just that one-time commission fee. Whereas at Stash, you'll be constantly being charged $1 a month. So you'll start losing money that way. Of course, if you have a ton of money, it's not going to make that much of a difference, but it is a few bucks that you could be saving if you go elsewhere. So if you have a whole bunch of money, don't want to touch it again, I recommend going somewhere else. If you don't want a commission fee at all, you can check out Robinhood because they don't have commission fees. So you may want to kind of look elsewhere if you have that much money. And then, as I kind of talked about and who I think it's for, I don't recommend it for someone who wants to be in complete control. Because these are ETFs, you don't get to pick each individual stock. So if you're someone that wants to make your own portfolio with all the stocks that you personally picked, this probably isn't your best bet. These are ETFs. So that's someone I don't recommend it for. Okay, so now we're going to kind of finish out this video, and I'm going to talk about whether or not I like it or not, and then I'll finish this video out. So personally, if you held a gun to my head and say, do you recommend the Stash investing app? I'd say yes. For me personally, I do think the pros outweigh the cons. Stash is an app that I do use. I use it as a kind of savings account of sorts, not a big one, but somewhere just to save a little money here and there. I love the fact that you can put in fractional bits of money to an ETF and grow it that way. I use it also as an explanation tool in some videos. If you didn't know, I do have the Stash series which is a series I started where each episode we go back into my stash portfolio, we look at the winners and we look at the losers, talk a little bit about the stock market, and then we invest in a few more ETFs. So if you want to see what I'm doing in my stash account, be sure to check that series out. And then as always, if you're new here, welcome to Raab Journal. I am Calvin Raab. I'm the creator of Raab Journal. And basically what I do here is I make videos all about investing, all about entrepreneurship and business. And if you're new, be sure to like this video. Check out a few others that I have. They will probably help you out. And of course, subscribe. Welcome to the Raab Journal team. It's great to have you here. And as always, I am Calvin Raab for Raab Journal, and I'll see you soon.